step-by-step going through the SEO, the website, social media, the reviews, the map rankings, the ads, all these things very easy to be able to audit. Okay, so we're asked to audit LMD law firm. So let's take a look. We are following this quick audit guide, which is like 50 something pages. You can see 54 pages, step-by-step going through the SEO, the website, social media, the reviews, the map rankings, the ads, all these things very easy to be able to audit. That's why we publish these. So first thing I love to look at is what keywords they're ranking on. So you see 2,300 some keywords. We've got a bunch of here. Spring Hill car accident lawyer. So that must be a location service page. Yep. Newport Richie. Okay. So these are, low competition, keyword difficulties low, as you know, with attorney, with PI especially. Yeah, you're looking at often 40, 50 bucks a click. Okay. So they're getting a fair amount. Positions 1, 2, and 3, not bad. So we want to look at the homepage that's driving most of the traffic. The homepage down here is number 6 or so. So this one's driving the majority of the traffic. So the thing with SEO is you always want to take the thing that's working the best to get more out of, right? So this is their best page. You can tell this one has been SEO'd because it says, Spring Hill car accident lawyer, a Spring Hill car accident, contact a Spring Hill car accident attorney, helping Spring Hill. So this is often this Mad Libs kind of thing, which has worked for many years. In the last 6 months, it doesn't work quite as well as it used to because there's AI tools that will build out these location service pages. So what Google's looking for now, even though this is working, but some of it doesn't work anymore, is starting to not work and get penalized, is they want to see evidence of EEAT. And it used to be called EAT, but now it's called EEAT, the added extra E for experience. So you need to weave in experience. So we have an whole article explaining how do you weave in actual experience across different industries, service firms. So look what they've done here. So because they have, this is super common in PI, right?
Yeah.
They've got this navigation, nursing home negligence, slip and fall, spinal cord, truck accident. Of course, PI wants truck accidents, truck TBI, of course, right? And for some reason, this one's working well, probably reasonably well. And so, because Google uses the actual Chrome behavior,
okay,
not what the SEO person is doing. So I think they got lucky here. See, they're just injecting Spring Hill this, Spring Hill that. And what we're looking for is evidence of EEAT. And as far as I can tell here, there is no evidence of EEAT. Well, maybe there's this guy. Maybe they've got some stats here. But surprisingly, this site, see, I'll just prove it here. If I just copy this and I paste it in the ChatGPT and I'll say, rate this on EEAT and the page specifically on scale of 1 to 10. And I just pasted that webpage in, right? And remember, ChatGPT is polite. So if it tells you like a 5 or a 6, really, it's like a 3 or 4. So this PAA, see, it doesn't answer on, okay, so what are the PAA missing? People also ask. So they're looking for Spring Hill accident attorney. I bet you they're firm with that same name. These law firms love to set up these things. And okay, there's the LSA, which is actually not that hard to get if we do it properly. Here's the regular 3-pack. I don't see them in either of those. Then there's these other guys here. Okay, here they are, number 2 in the regular organic, but they're not showing up in the maps. They're not showing up in the ads. And these are all called cert features. These are many places that you could rank, right? So look, if we scroll through here, you can see a lot of ads, but let's see, try law, accident lawyer, or car accident, or, this kind of thing. Okay, so here, the synonyms and plurals and whatnot are going to be there. Just not showing up there. Okay, so let's take a look. Spring Hill car accident lawyer, local pack, thumbnail, image, video. Okay, they have 3 or 4. They do have video, which is good. Most law firms, we get them on because they have these SEO companies that will just like write these articles or using these AI tools, right?
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing decently well in PI, but it's mainly off of this one page. If you take away this one page, they don't really have that much. You can see it, right? It's this one. It's the same page that's driving everything.
Gotcha.
So glasses half full is like, oh, well, if this one page is working well, why don't we do it for places other than Port Richey and Spring Hill? Why don't we do it for other things besides accident lawyer, right? Because we want the truck drivers, negligence and TBI and all this. So clearly someone's trying to do SEO, business lawyer near me. Well, so they tried to put this in here. So these are all these modified, just like Mad Libs, mass, the links. So they have a, DR27 off of these 318. Where is this power coming from? All right. So they have goods. They have chamber links, even though it's no follow, it's still fine. They have directory listings, super lawyers, Dayspring Academy. That's interesting. Why are they? I'll take a look at that in a second. This is driving. Actually, this is, let's see, how many best links do they have? Show best links. They have like 3 or 4 probably, huh? Of these 318. Let's see. Tech Times. Oh, they're paying. Yeah, they're paying. There's some SEO companies paying for this. Like, this is not normal looking. They're not going to get busted on it because they're not going against competitive terms. You can see based on the anchor text and the way they're doing this. A nation of mobs. Yeah, so they're paying to have outreach. It's not like it's going to get them in trouble necessarily. You just got to be careful where it's not relevant to that part of Florida or not relevant to PI, because Google will start to see like, looks like an SEO person's involved, but there's so little competition. As you can see, all the keyword difficulty's low that should be easy, pretty easy to win. Okay, how to avoid dealing. So they're doing article syndication. Wesley Chapel personal injury lawyers. Yeah, whenever you see that, whenever you see the anchor text, the city name plus PI, it's clearly they're being paid, right?
Okay.
What are the key factors in choosing a personal injury lawyer? No one normally is going to write it. No one like organically wants to write an article like that.
Yeah.
Right. But it's a DR60. It passes some juice. It ranks on no keywords. And it doesn't have to have any traffic or rank on any keywords to necessarily be important from an SEO standpoint. Like this one has 7 visits a month and ranks on 4 keywords. But generally, even if it has a high DR, if the domain has a high DR, we would certainly like that to trickle down to the page, right? So let's take a look at, let's go look at Local Falcon and look at their map results. And so we want Port Richey, personal injury attorney. So, and there's tons of tools that do this thing. So actually, no, what am I doing?
Yeah, we actually did this whole thing to.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, good.
They must have an 8 private people rating on this thing.
Yeah, so let's search for that. And this is funny because Florida, we see a lot of this. Support, what was it, the name of the firm? LMD. We've not even got very far in this audit, but I mean, their SEO is not bad,
Okay.
So it's good. See, do they show up? This is using Google search to see, find. I think they have multiple locations, do they? How many locations do they have? Ooh, they have a lot of it. I wonder if these are legit. Well, let's go with the one that has the most rankings. That's usually the one that has the most, this one, 217.
Should be
so, yeah, it was Port Richey. Okay. And let's look at car accident attorney. And we could add other ones too. Personal injury attorney, sure, And we don't need to run a 15 by 15. We'll run like a 9 by 9, and 10 miles is probably fine. This will come back in a few minutes. So let's take a look at the site again too. Let's see. Do a site colon and see how many pages they have. They have a lot of pages because they've been doing a lot of content marketing. How can you prevent TBI? Okay. Facts about, okay. So they're also doing a directory play, like a dictionary play, which SEO people will argue about this. They'll claim that it works because look, here's what's going on. I have a friend of mine who paid the guy who claims to be the best in SEO for lawyers. He's not. He's got the biggest attitude for sure, but he was paying. My buddy Daryl Isaacs was paying $70,000 a month to this SEO guy who basically did this dictionary upload. And what happens is you start doing dictionary uploads on what is a semi truck and what is a refrigerated unit and what is, how do we get a commercial driver's license and all these things. And so that drives a lot of SEO traffic on semi trucks and how do I get a driver's license, right? But it doesn't have commercial intent. It doesn't have the intent of someone who got hit by a truck. Amazon driver, Uber, UPS truck, they don't have any of that. So the SEO people will claim that if we can send the signal that it's related to somehow semi trucks and whatnot, that it'll help rank on truck driver, accident, attorney, but I don't think it does. And I've asked my friends at Google. Google's like, yeah, it kind of worked like 5 years ago, but not anymore. So all this stuff on dictionary, you can do now if the client's not sophisticated and they just want to rank on more keywords. I imagine a ton of this stuff is dictionary related. Let's look at the overall and see.
Dictionary being like blog posts and just kind of
like what is a refrigerated truck and how do I, how much does a truck driver make? And that's not. I mean, yes, it's related to trucks, but it's not.
So they're just producing mass information.
Yeah, because
basically.
it shows that, it generates more traffic and it
Yeah,
generates more
okay.
keywords, but it doesn't generate more
Actual
intake.
results.
Yeah, we actually
Okay.
want to see cases. So the one with, where Daryl paid this guy $70,000 a month, I came in and did an audit just like this. And we looked inside the Google Analytics, we looked inside Filevine,
Yeah.
and we saw zero. Oh, we saw clicks that were coming in, but we saw zero calls,
Yeah. Zero turnover.
zero
Right?
intake, zero
Yeah.
ROI off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because
So
it was all dictionary.
it was all dictionary, glossary, what is this and what is that. So
Yeah.
facts. What is it like? Look at this. What is a semi truck? Well, how likely is this going to get someone who just got injured and is now shopping different PI firms? Not going to do that, right? But if someone's unsophisticated, whether the attorney is unsophisticated, like, oh, we're using so and so SEO firm, and now we're getting all this traffic on truck drivers, and they're sending a report saying we rank on 2,000 keywords or something. We're winning in SEO. Are you? Now, these ones are winning, but I would argue this is not from any SEO that's been done.
It's from the dictionary.
No, I'm saying the dictionary stuff is an SEO strategy. I don't believe it's an
It's a good
effective
one.
strategy. Yeah, it for people who are unsophisticated, for lawyers and for people that do SEO, they think it works
'Cause it hits
because
more.
it ranks
Yeah.
more keywords, but it doesn't drive cases.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right. So everything they have is pretty much they're a one hit wonder. Spring Hill personal injury lawyer. This is a variant of all the other ones. So then again, we're back to the same two URLs, and these other ones drive no traffic. So they've created a ton of location service pages. Traumatic brain injury attorney, Newport Richie, keyword difficulty of 2. I mean, it's low competition. So there's only 10 web pages going after it. We should be able to dominate on that. So it's 30 people a month that are looking at it. So that's still enough, right? If we're ranking the first 3, we should be able to get most of it. So apparently they moved up. So you bounce up and you bounce down. Google kind of gives you a taste, and then if the traffic doesn't look good, then they push you back down. So this is normal bouncing up and down. Let's see how we're doing on the maps. So it looks like it might. Sometimes I talk to these guys here and they say it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's take a look. They're okay.
Okay.
They're like decent.
It's like a user homepage link more.
Well, I'm gonna guess this report not showing up because their coverage. Let's just do the PDF. Coverage is only like 10% on these ones. Let's go back.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So see, so they rank right where their GMs. Whenever I see numbers like 10 or 11 or like this, and not in the 20s and 30s, that means they're not. And then maybe they're looking at other terms, but I mean these are general PI terms anyway, right?
Yeah.
So PI 10, 15, 7, like share of local voice, like should be, unless it's like New York City or whatever, right? So let's take a look at this one. PI. Okay, so this is also, they have what, like 5 locations. So for this location, they're ranking, you understand, like based on where exactly you are, you're going to get a different result. So I could be way out here in the ocean, and apparently there's all these other guys that are ranking 20 plus ahead of us in the ocean. But no matter which map grid tool you use, they're going to show you all the same thing because it's all based on basically your IP address, your geo IP, where you're coming from. So here, right where their office is, they rank, but where the population centers are,
they don't rank as well.
But then they have we can also look at the other GMBs they have,
Yeah,
and see how they rank, right? So we could do this for each of their, what do they have, like 5 of them? Let's look at their locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's Spring Hill and Newport Richie. The fact that those are their 2 best ones, they put at the top, so that's good. Spring Hill. See, these are all the same. Spring Hill this, Spring Hill that, right? So if we look at Newport Richie, it's probably going to be the same thing. See, Newport Richie, Newport Richie. There's nothing about Newport Richie. Let's see, they have a picture here. Is this Newport Richie? Let's reverse image search this and see, is this same image used elsewhere? Christopher Dyer, that's their head attorney. Let's see, is this their picture? Yep, it is.
It is,
It
yeah.
is. So that's good. So why is it important that they actually use their pictures and videos? Yeah, so it's not some like stock art thing of people taking a picture of this.
Experience is like personalization almost, like, so it's showing you that.
And that goes back to EEAT. That's what Google wants to see. So we can see here, bicycle accident, a motorcycle. Let's look at this Newport Richie bicycle accident. So look, the site overall ranks on a bunch of keywords, but this page on bicycle accident carries no power, doesn't have any links or trust from internal or external, and it only ranks on a few keywords.
Yeah.
So they're not passing the juice. So they have one page that does well, that's kind of like already in on Google, then we should try to get the other pages. But so what they got lucky with 2 location service pages that are doing okay, but they don't have much in terms of signals because the AI can write this. There's nothing here that shows
That is personalized.
that LMD or talk about some places where bicycle accidents seem to occur. Like this one part of Newport Richey is where there are more accidents because there's people run the stop sign or whatever it is, right? But this is all. If this is something that the AI can do, which it is, then why should it deserve to rank unless the site overall has a lot of power? So the site has a medium amount of power because their link outreach has been pretty decent, which and so that's what's driven their 2 location service
So
pages.
if it's bland and it looks like an AI can write it and whatnot, it won't rank as well as something that's more personalized.
Correct.
Because that's moving up the experience.
And that's the whole point of EEAT.
Okay.
Probably the best thing, which if they have an external SEO company doesn't want to admit, is their number one asset is the actual reviews themselves. So Newport Richey. Okay, so let's look at these. It's not the 217 and it's not the 4.8. That's what people look at. What's actually more important than the total number of reviews is number of reviews from the last 60 days. It's like, it was a great restaurant, but then they shut down during COVID or new management team or bad cooks. Okay, so these are recent reviews and they're from people who appear real. They have multiple reviews.
Yeah.
And they've responded to, looks like most of them. So that's good. They're responding. So I think their SEO power is coming from the fact that they actually take care of their clients and they're getting reviews. And that's spilling over. This signal here in Newport Richey, because they're getting more recent reviews from real users, is causing those location service pages to be able to rank. So I'd really put it on whoever is following up to get the reviews. That's what's driving the SEO. It's not what these SEO companies are doing. Now, there were links that were built over time that we saw before that, actually, these are pretty recent, last year or 2. This looks, let's look at the link velocity. Let's see the first scene. Oh, even from somebody's doing directory listings. Yeah, whenever you see this directory listings going, it's not bad, but look, best in Macon, Georgia. Like, why would these people be listed in this best of Macon, Georgia directory? This is clearly someone's trying to just list. Like, I totally get it. You want to list in all the directories, but if you start listing in random directories, like the best restaurants in Ohio, and we're listing this Florida PI firm, I don't know about that, right? So you do want to be in more directories, but they need to be relevant. Speeding ticket KC, this might work because these guys are probably cross-posting, and that's okay. So if you have, because a lot of these PI guys go to masterminds, right? We're all friends with each other, and it's totally okay to guest blog post.
Yeah.
Because if other guys rank in PI terms in their city, they're not trying to compete against Port Richey and vice versa. So it's totally okay to collaborate. Just don't make it a mutual reciprocal link, right? Just make it look like it's natural. Don't make it look like you're intentionally trying to pass link juice, especially when these other guys have way more. A 41, every 10 points is an order of magnitude. So like a 30 isn't like a little stronger than a 20. It's 100 or 10 times. Okay. So these guys are 50 times stronger than LMD. And then my site is a 62. So I'm 100 times stronger than these guys. So I'm like 10,000 times stronger than the LMD. So if I write a blog post about LMD, I'm passing a ton of juice. Yeah. Right. And we control a lot of media sites that are in the 60s and 70s. Right. That's why people love to obsess about DR, domain authority, domain rating. Right.
What's the difference between domain rating?
They're the same thing. There's different tools that will measure it a different way. They just give it a different name. It's the same thing.
Okay. And that's how
it's a measure of trust. It's a measure of how much link juice is being pushed through. Yeah. So this is still relevant. Look, so Bodie bankruptcy law, these guys carry a little bit of power. They're talking about bankruptcy, but is there a relationship between bankruptcy and car accidents? Probably, if you do it the right way, right? Yeah. You should never hesitate to seek medical attention.
96 right there.
Yeah. It's good. So here's another simple problem that they could fix. So notice here, this is a 301 permanent redirect. So we all know that when you make a new website or whatnot, often you blanket redirect all of the links over. And a 301 redirect is better than not having any, just having the link die and be a 404. Yeah. But a 301 only passes partial juice. So what you need to do is go back to wherever these sources are and say, hey, we've updated our site. We need to change the URL, right? So this one, how's the URL different? LMD law firm. Oh, they added blog. Okay, so they went /blog, seek medical attention. I don't even think they need to do that. I don't think they need to put, maybe they weren't on WordPress before or whatever it was, but every one of these that's a 301 is only passing partial juice. So why not? It's a little tedious. So go back and,
Yeah.
go reach out to they have what, 22,000. So look at the top view. So when I see New Star Localese, that I know they're paying $10 a month for premium local listings. And there's a lot of guys that will do it, like Yext and whatever, and people argue which ones are the best. The best thing, no question, is to actually manually claim your directories. If you don't want to have a VA go do that one time and spend like a month and spend like $500 to go through and claim the actual right ones, then what you do is you pay $10 a month to be in Localese, or all these other guys that white label Localese and pretend they have a directory. There's only basically like 2 directory listing services, but there's thousands of guys that sell the services. They're just white labeling someone else's thing.
White labeling means?
Meaning they're selling it as if, like, I could say Dennis's listing services. So you pay me $100 a month for Dennis's listing services.
Oh,
but then what I'm really doing is I'm reselling Localese. And so
Yeah.
I'm paying Localese $10 a month,
Then
and I'm
paying
reselling it
15.
$100.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I get it.
Most people that resell directory listings, either A, as part of their $1,000 or $10,000, or this other guy told you $70,000 a month
Yeah.
package, they're just doing this as well, right?
Gotcha.
Which is fine. I mean, if you're charging someone $20,000 a month, why wouldn't you pay the $10 a month just to have? But the trouble is these paid listings aren't as effective because they keep getting overwritten. If you stop paying Localese, all those links die, because what they're doing is they're updating the directories at the higher, not at the source level, but later on. So when the source is still wrong, it has to continually be overwritten downstream, because all these directories share with each other. Like if you look at, Google or Instagram or whatever, they're getting data from Foursquare or other, like there's all these guys that get data from all these other places. Okay. Makeup 01. I don't know if that's even relevant. There's no authority. The 5 nursing home resident rights, you should know. Okay. So that's relevant. Negligence. Yes. Cal Biz Journal, still okay. Newly published. So this came out just 2 weeks ago. It's already ranking. It's good. These guys get a lot of traffic and they have high authority. This is a fantastic link, right?
Okay.
So just more of that. And how do you get links like this? Great relationships, right? So we also have another tool that we like to use, and this takes like 12 to 24 hours to run. So we can't just do it live, but run in advance. And this is one, there's all these tools we use, people are like, oh, I like the hammer. I like the screw account here. LMD law. And let's do this one. Spring Hill. Okay. And let's see. How many have they chosen? Sure. Let this run. Oh, wait, they didn't fill out wait. Spring Hill, Florida. Look at how many categories they're in. Wow. We'll put it under, I'll just put it, it doesn't matter. I'll put it on this one. Okay. Let's make this. Let's do the scan. Okay. Snapshot report. See, they've created all these categories, which is fine. I have a super duper account because I'm friends with the CEO. I was friends with him before he started this company. Now he's like a $300 million a year company. So I get grandfathered in. And when he comes to town, he always takes me out for steak. Okay. So there's these categories, technically 7 of them, but we don't care about e-commerce because they're PI. So really there's 6 that we're looking at. And the beauty is like AI tools and whatever will capture all this data for us now. So you just need to know how to interpret it. It's like, you have x-rays and stethoscopes, and those are great technology, but
the doctor's the one who's gonna.
Yeah, but you need to know how to look at it, right?
So
it's not the tool. It's like, oh, people are like, oh, Dennis is such a good carpenter because he has a special hammer. No, I don't have a special hammer, right? So this thing is scanning across these directories to see, have they claimed it? Is the information correct? Did they change their phone number? Did they, so it's going through and getting all that. Because if we have the directories, which aren't as important anymore, these are called citations, then that sets kind of like the footprint against which we can then look at the reviews. So we look at reviews across multiple sources. Now it says F here because the system's still gathering all the data, but main one's going to be Google, but then we're looking at, Facebook and Yelp and other places. So we want to see, 3 or 4 places that it's already going up 21%, right? Seeing how we're doing. I can already say the reviews are pretty good, but probably aren't on as many sources as they could. Google being the most important one, but the other ones. So yeah, it's still pulling. Social media, they couldn't find it. And the way that Google and these tools determine social media is they look at the homepage and they go to the bottom and they look for the social links. And so the social links, humans know, search engines know. Okay, no, they have it here. Okay. But why is that not pulling in? Maybe it's still running. But Facebook and YouTube are the two that actually seem to drive the most juice right now for Google. So I bet you they have a lot of posts, but no engagement, which is what happens with PI. And they're also limiting who sees it. Well, let's see. So they have some kind of thing on this. Okay, they have some engagement. Oh, this is actually not bad. Real people. Now they're doing the, happy whatever day or doing quote cards. Saturday's arrived. Okay, well, it's testimonial. We don't use testimonials. We tell stories.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake. It's good to get testimonials, but don't call it a testimonial. Love. Love is a fountain. This is called a quote card, right?
Yeah.
There's no story. There's no person. There's no thing that happened. This could be AI generated. It has emojis in it. It's a good sign it might be AI generated. Happy Labor Day. Okay, great. I bet you there are a lot of employees.
Cards.
Yeah, so it's okay, make some quote cards, but try to tell more stories. Like here, 20 years, awesome, right? We're Yvette, right? What's her favorite food? What's something that people know about her? Like 115, that's awesome. Yeah, got a lot of reviews here, so this is great. And they probably have this as a central brand page. Maybe they have, this is one they link to, but if they have 5 locations and they're big enough, I mean, they're not Morgan and Morgan, but you could have the 5 locations under central brand and then start running dollar a day ads to boost this to the local area.
Yeah.
Which we can see if they're doing. There's something called the Facebook ads library. And the name of this firm is, can't say the middle name, Maxon Dyer. Okay. And we can come here and look. You can see whether anyone is running ads.
Yeah.
Right? So we can see here, are they running ads? Yeah, they are. At Lucas, Maxon, and Dyer law firm, our attorneys fight vigorously. And here's a video. Okay. After an injury, contact us.
When you put the client first, you get the result that you need. And
this is so funny. All of the lawyers walking in slow motion. Well, that used to work. That's like a TV ad. When you repurpose TV ads, and we get that, billboard lawyers and TV guys.
Yeah.
But what works best is when you show a man on the street, like vertical cell phone, like you're meeting somebody like, hey, what happened? Oh, we got in this accident. But thank goodness for LMD. They got me $1.5 million and they were there every step of the way. And, here's your check and, that kind of thing. So it looks like they're running ads. The question is whether they're working well or not. Are these lead ads? Okay, these are website click ads. Maybe they're driving. Okay, let's see. I mean, they're doing some testing. So what are they doing here? They're running click ads. Okay, we know about them. Okay, so they have multiple. Wow, here's their bigger one. 10,000 follow. Oh, LMD. None on this one. Okay, so they're running ads on the other one. Okay, that's fine. I think running off of one is great. Let's refresh this report. See, this is my favorite one to use, but the trouble is it
takes a while.
Yeah, I don't like to wait. I like to let's go look right now. So it's 21 will go to 30 or 40 over time. So it hasn't picked up the socials yet. Website looks pretty strong. I bet you it could load faster maybe. No, it loads very fast. That's great. And loads great on mobile. See how it's rendering on mobile? And if we want to know just from Google directly, we can put in their website. There's always things to fix, right? Like you don't always want to get 100. It doesn't have to be 100 because you get 2 scores. You get a mobile score and you get a desktop score. Core Web Vitals doesn't matter. Even Google says it doesn't matter. So what we want to know is mobile page speed, and there's 3 times to load. 1 is time to first byte. It's like the first thing comes through.
Okay.
2 is usable load, and 3 is full load.
Okay.
So when people say the website loads slow, well, loads slow based on what? Based on us being able to at least see something, or if you've got a ton of videos and there's a long scroll on the homepage, well, it doesn't matter if the total load time is relatively slow as long as it's usable. So, 1.1 seconds, that's not bad. They're using the cache, 84. Why is it 84? Well, there's something here with the largest contentful paint is kind of big. A little bit of CSS, I'm not too worried about that. Document object model's a little big. They're not getting nailed on JavaScript, which is what most people are getting hammered on. Like they get hammered on synchronous JavaScript. I'm a search engine engineer, so don't worry about that. Okay. So mobile, the important thing is we want the mobile score to be above 90. So this is not bad. Desktop score is probably going to be like 95. But for PI or just law in general, you're going to be, unless it's like commercial business law, but anything consumer is going to be 80% mobile, right? So this desktop score 99, right? So I bet you whoever built the site's like, ta-da, 99 desktop score, to which I'd say, but what's your mobile score?
Mobile score is more important.
Mobile score by far, because that's 80%. That's 80% of your traffic. So here, if I look at, this is their best page. So notice loading their best page versus loading the home page is going to be different. So I'm not looking at the home page. We can look at the home page, but this is their best page. So I'm going to look at this page. So when I use Chrome, developer tools, and most people don't know it's built into Chrome, right? So now I reload this page in mobile. I can see that 117 get requests, 14.9 megs is the payload. It's kind of big.
I don't know
I'd
anything
like
about
to be
Java.
like under a couple megabytes. I mean, even if you're on Wi-Fi,
Does that
I
mean
mean,
there's
still
just too much going on data-wise inside of that
it
particular site?
well, here's 118 get requests. So in order to load this web page, a lot of people think like, boom, it's the web page, right? No, there's lots of things, lots of pieces are coming over, packets are coming over to load this web page. So there's 118 things that have to load.
What's that first one?
Okay,
Request.
so you see, this is called the waterfall timeline.
Okay.
So it starts from 0, and then these are different things that are being loaded. CSS, JavaScript. CSS is basically styling to make it look a certain way. Don't worry, you don't have to write that down. But you can see like there's all this stuff, and they're minifying it. They're doing lots of things which make it load faster. So there's a lot of little things that are loading here in the beginning. And as this happens, more time is starting to go by. Right. This is what happens when you basically are painting a web page with lots of objects. And you don't need to know like how the internet works and how all these web pages come. My pretend cell phone is going to the server saying, I want this web page. So now it's sending me all of these JavaScripts and images and whatnot, text, right? It's a little heavy in terms of code to text ratio, but whatever. I can pretend to be an iPhone 12. I can be and reload it and be different. I can be an iPad, right? I can be a Samsung or whatever. And you can see it loads a little bit differently. Now refresh the timeline, and I'll see something a little bit different perhaps. And oh, there's some things. Okay, Nitro. Okay, so they're using the Nitro pack of the WordPress plugin to make it load faster, which is great. So 17.2 megs. Most of it's coming from the cache, meaning it's preloaded. So this is not bad. So if I go back to Google, no, this is Google's tool.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people who build websites want to argue, and they'll say like, yeah, but in my tool, it shows that I got an A. Like, yeah, I know but I kind of trust Google. No, we can't trust Google because Google wants us to wants our websites to load quickly, okay? You SEO people don't like it when Google gives you a number that you don't like and argue with it, right? So let's see what the site's built with. It's got Google Analytics. It's got these other tags, pixels, good job. All these other WordPress widgets, NitroPack, CallRail for call tracking, good job. Yoast. Yoast is my favorite for 10, 12 years. We kind of like rank math better, but in the last 3 years, we kind of like that. And most people that do web stuff professionally also agree, but they're both good. It's not like, Pepsi versus Coke. I mean, it's not a huge deal as long as you use it properly. They're using Schema. Good job. Schema is how you organize objects that are on the site. So when you have
what's that technology called too, real quickly, so I can look at this kind of stuff.
I'm using a plugin called Built With.
Oh, I have Built With.
Yeah. So schema allows us to categorize objects that are on a page. So this could be a movie theater. This could be a person. This could be an attorney, right? There's a schema for attorneys. There's a schema for movies where like, oh, here's the actor and here's the film and this was the year and this is like, it helps us associate what you're using. So yeah, the address, organization, attorney schema, service schema, good. There's some other schemas I would use as well, but not bad. Of course, it's WordPress, which means there's going to be a ton of plugins. Don't want to go too crazy over the plugins, which they are not. GoDaddy for the DNS, which is fine. Office 365, Nginx. Okay. So pretty simple site. They have their Facebook pixel. Good job. They have their Google pixel. They even put it inside Tag Manager. Good job. I bet you they don't have a lot of social shares. Let's see. I bet you their social sharing is occurring just on their social. So when we look across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we can see what their top shares are. And they don't even know that. Most people who do social media for a living don't even know this is possible. CrowdTangle was a company that just specialized in pulling social shares, and then they got bought by Facebook. And I was a journalist, well, because I write for some big places, and I had journalist level access. And then Facebook bought it, and they killed all of our when Cambridge Analytica happened, they killed all that good stuff. So now this tool kind of sucks, and now they're saying it's not even going to work anymore. So that's a shame. Let's see what else. Back to our report here. We got so many tabs there. Isn't it crazy? Like we just keep opening all these tabs here. Okay, so the site loads fast. There are some small things to fix. I wouldn't freak out that there's these random little things to fix, right? And this is pulling from Google's report that we saw, the page speed report, and some other tools that we like to include. And these are optional things. Like you don't have to do these things, but why not move yourself from an 87 to a 95 or whatever,
Yeah.
instead of being like
Yeah.
2.5 seconds, load in 1.8 seconds. Because, if
Does that hurt SEO whenever
it
too
does. So
fast?
every tenth of a second, Amazon says every tenth of a second they can load faster, earns them $100 million more. So every tenth of a second slower, they lose $100 million.
Wow.
So it really is important. And people are more and more impatient on their phones. You just need to, it sounds ridiculous, but you have to, it's so basic. Like you just need to load quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
So their SEO is great, but it's because of their great reviews.
Yeah.
It's not because, I mean, yes, they're building links and all this other kind of stuff, but yeah, they're ranking on these. They could be buying more on the ad side. Their LSA could be stronger, like they're showing up.
To give them like an overall score.
I'd give them a B plus. It's pretty good. This is like in the top 10% of law firm SEO. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot we can improve, but it's good. Yeah. Normally when we see stuff, there's like horribly broken things that need to be fixed. Here, there's like a few things here and there. Whoever's doing their stuff, not bad.
What would you rate, out of curiosity, what would you rate Sterling Lawyer versus SEO?
I need to see what the intake looks like. I'd give it probably an A.
Okay.
Because Sterling Lawyers ranks on, do this again. Okay. So funny that careers shows up first. That means you're not passing your juice properly. Look at the related searches: reviews, Wisconsin, jobs, Illinois. You have a Chicago office, right? So why is this not loading? Let's try this another way. Maybe the Wi-Fi sucks. Okay. So here, 34,000 keywords, 45,000 visits, 37. Well, the toolbar shows cache data, so it's not as accurate as actually coming to the site. So 37,000. So remember we were saying when you write articles,
yeah,
that can drive a lot of SEO rankings, but it might not drive cases. So here, when you have common law marriage states, or, here, what states have, which, certainly it relates to custody and divorce and whatnot.
This is more dictionary kind of stuff.
It's dictionary stuff. So it's driving a lot of traffic. It's got a lot of traffic. Wow. This is competitive. 46. Look at this. 58. That's competitive. Keyword difficulty 58. How to get divorced. Dang. That's actually pretty good. Now, see the SERP features?
Yeah.
Feature snippet. People also ask discussion forums, video preview. What's missing here? The local pack.
Yeah.
Where's the local pack? How to get divorced, divorce mediator. So here, this is working. So someone who's looking for a divorce mediator, they're actually looking for an attorney. So Google knows that here on this page in, Illinois divorce mediation, this should trigger a local. So it's a 3-pack in both desktop and mobile, right? Okay. So that's good. So some people will argue that, hey, if we can answer these general questions, this will help us rank when people are looking for a specific person in our city. The issue is that you rank on so many keywords that they don't have local in them, right? So like that one does. But near me, right? Yeah, when someone searches near me, best pizza near me, it's obvious that's a local pack search, right? Grandparent writes Illinois. Well, that's closer. You service Illinois.
Yeah.
So that may or may not. And the keyword difficulty 0. Isn't that crazy? This is what you want in SEO. 500 searches a month, keyword difficulty 0, right? In the world of SEO, you want high volume, high value, and low difficulty, right?
It was the goose eggs right there.
Yeah. So alimony in Illinois, someone who's searching on that, they're probably, they want to talk to a lawyer at some point. And you have this one on spousal support duration, low keyword difficulty. 900 people are searching on this, already ranking pretty well. So what we want are terms that have high value, not dictionary terms, that we're in position like 3 to 7. Because if we can move up from 3 to 1, we get triple the traffic. Because position 1 gets way more traffic than 2 and 3. I mean, just winner take all. Position 1 is just way better. So like this one, how much is alimony? I'm already ranking number 1 on that temporarily, so I wouldn't really go after that. Calculators work super well, so that's good increasingly because Google likes to see numbers. They like to see interaction. When people use your calculator, that sends a signal back to Chrome, right? Okay, so look, this looks like an H2 or something. How long does alimony last? Well, depends on the length of the marriage. And here's a nice little chart, right?
Yeah.
Well, these are the numbers in Illinois. The judge makes the decision. And then what I could do is, Jeff and Hughes and whatnot have relationships with other family law firms and other, you guys refer cases to like California or other places, right? So you could say, but if you're in California, go here, right? Yeah. And then these guys who are in like Oregon or whatever. And but if you're in Chicago, come here, or Illinois, come look at this. So we can link to each other in a helpful way. It has to look like it's actually helpful. Google's looking at it saying like, are they doing it to try to trick me, or is it actually helpful?
Yeah.
And it is. So I would look at this and say, you have a 72. This is powerful. The 72 is driving a lot of search traffic. You rank on these keywords because you have a lot of actually what Google, there's an actual term for it called helpful content.
Yeah.
You actually rank on helpful content.
Which is ties back into experience.
Yeah, helpful content's based on EEAT and PAA, right? That's the whole crux of it. So here's all these links you have. You have all the standard sort of like directory things, and I don't even know what this is. Run Mary Kane, whatever. Find law. Okay, fine. Oh, you're doing the classic scholarship thing. Lawyers offer the scholarship, so that way the EDU links to Sterling lawyers. This is a way of paying for links that's actually legit, right? Oh, I have a $5,000 scholarship. Come here to this page to apply, right? And then the Career Center, of course, will link to that thing, but never like remove the link when the scholarship's over. So now you have a permanent do follow link.
Yeah.
Right. So that's good. Porn sites also do this too. There's a lot of tricky things that happen here. So you have a lot of the directory stuff, right? These are all directory listings, directory, scholarship system. Okay. I mean, scholarships, that's worked well for the last 25 years. I don't think it's going to, our power. How to remove carpet.
That might be from my uncle's company, Carpet.
Okay. So then, so it linked to attorney Janelle Johnson with a 302 temporary redirect to Sterling Lawyers.
I don't think Janelle works there anymore.
Doesn't matter. It's a no follow anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So it didn't pass any juice. So you got to pay for some of these other listings. So, you have so many links that it drives an overall 72, which helps drive more keyword rankings because of the content you have that is sort of dictionary oriented. But a good chunk of that dictionary content actually is relevant. So that's why I'd still give it an A minus maybe. I wouldn't give it an A+.
So it's not terrible. What's a good A+ example that you've got? Like a stellar.
I don't think anyone gets an A+ because none of these lawyers will do all the, like, for some reason they just, I don't know, they have big egos. Like the PI guys have huge egos. They have trouble following through on the things that we need.
What about a normal website? Here, can you look up, I have another website you can look up that's not a law firm. Can you look up blue-green carpet cleaning?
Carpet tile? Waukesha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it right there at the top.
So this is what we'd expect for local business. Some good reviews. They technically have their local knowledge panel. This is a knowledge panel. It's a local knowledge panel by definition for a small local business. Some normal number of links, 750 and ranking on 300 some keywords. Should probably put their city in here. They probably don't have location service pages. We'll take a look at that in a sec. Okay, so here's their keywords. New carpet smell, harmful. Okay, it's funny. What's that?
As if you don't know more than they do.
Don't get me started. Okay, so there's only some bees carpet cleaning. This is new. These are all new-ish.
Yeah.
So this is not even for them, and they're running ads. That's so funny. How to get rid of cat dander in a new house. What % of the people do you think, Liam, searching this are in Waukesha or surrounding cities?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So the way you improve that is, so let's say there's this article and there's some real pictures of cats and showing how to, I guarantee this is fake. You say, like, here's an example of Sally. You look at all these places that are showing this. This is clearly fake. Len Dubois Trucking, free pick. Shutterstock.
So you're looking at
CNN uses this. Yeah, I wouldn't use this.
I mean, this is, if we just make this a real page or a real person, anyways, it'll immediately increase the experience.
So if I literally have, if I have actual pictures and videos from Waukesha, and I show that I'm actually cleaning tile and grout and carpet, and why is that? I've been in Waukesha, haven't I? Have I not? I don't know. Wisconsin. So if I show that I'm actually doing, so if I'm a local service business, like an attorney or a whatever, and I'm doing the thing that I say that I'm doing here, Actionable, and I inject proof that I actually do the thing that I'm doing. I'm actually cleaning carpet. I'm actually taking care of the cat dander and hair and all that. Yeah. And I put it into this. How do you think Google will respond to that versus this? This looks like some AI generated article on how do you deal with cat hair and dander. What cats have the most dander?
More than it would boost that.
Yeah, because Google's looking for EEAT. Yeah. Right? They want to know. Like, here I'm talking about how to make money in affiliate marketing. I'm the keynote speaker at Affiliate World, the largest conference in affiliate marketing. Here I am on stage. I'm proving I'm not just AI generating. Here's 10 tips, right? I'm showing like, oh, here's how a pro basketball team can make more money. We ran ads for the Golden State Warriors for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Here's me with their head of marketing at their headquarters. Like, it's proof. I'm actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not just like AI generating tips on how to do stuff, right? Our team in action, right? Here's IV therapy. Here's like, we have a course on personal branding and being on TV and being on video. And here I am live on TV, CNN, in front of millions of people, right? Proof. I've done the thing. This is not an AI generated thing, right? Yeah. Everything here is proof. Here I am in Pakistan. I say you can hire VAs in Pakistan and in the Philippines. And here I am with the biggest bosses in Pakistan, basically, people who run the country, right? And so all of this stuff here, I'm showing real experiences with real people. So any local service business, any attorney, any carpet cleaner, their technicians, as they're going around doing their stuff,
should just take pictures.
The front desk, anytime you can visit with the client, hand them a check, this is a great opportunity to highlight them. Now, in some cases, like in plastic surgery or like criminal defense, where people don't want to know, people know they got in trouble for something, then it's harder to get that. But like if I wanted to show something about Wisconsin, I've got a lot of examples of me in Wisconsin. So I was at Marquette at the Human Performance Lab. And here, because I was basically an ex-professional athlete, and here they are taking my blood and doing all sorts of things, testing my bone density, right? And they're doing, freaking taking my blood and feeding me snacks, right? And you can see this literally happened September 18th, 2023.
And Google will know, and it'll boost your e-levels.
Because the metadata here is
EEAT the most important thing when it comes to SEO?
Yeah, it is.